Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
The remoteness of the northeastern region and recurring floods have brought the public distribution system of the region to the foreground. How effective has this distribution channel been in our lead section agenda?
The recurring and devastating floods in the northeast has once again brought into focus the public distribution system PDS in this region. Because of the swelling waters of the river Brahmaputra and its tributaries in the northeastern region, large areas of land are inundated, and the marooned people find it hard to meet their essential commodity requirements. Virtual dependence of the people here on the PDS has become a perennial feature. The topography of the region is an additional contributing factor to this dependence. Reaching the far-flung areas of the northeast till date is difficult. This inaccessibility, more often than not, gets accentuated because of the frequent landslides and bridge collapses. The public distribution system is a major component of the government's strategy for growth and social justice. Through the system, the basic aim of the government has been to supply essential commodities to the consumers at reasonable rates. In order to make the PDS more effective, it has been revamped to cover the remotest corners of the country. The PDS aims at insulating the consumers from the vagaries of price fluctuations and ensures the availability of such goods at all times and at all places. The PDS supply has also a stabilizing effect on open market prices by increasing availability, scotching scarcity fears, and curbing speculative tendencies. The public distribution system in the northeast has drawn a lot of flack because of its malfunctioning. Charges have been leveled against the state government and the fair price shops under PDS for short supply. The food grains that reach the fair price shop are procured from the Food Corporation of India by the respective states. The food items are often found to be of substandard quality and are unfit for human consumption. It has been alleged that by the time the food grains reach the fair price shops, they become unfit for human consumption. Who is to be blamed for this?
It is not the fair price shop owners, it is the stockists and the wholesalers who do this dirty job. Because we have a wholesaler here nearby, and we make it a point to tell her that she has to get good quality rice. So she goes to the wholesalers and the stockists and they tell her that this is the rice we get from the FCI. You see, they pass the buck around. I don't know at the end who is the real offender here.
The rice is procured in ex-north like Punjab, UP, Haryana and other states. There also they have got technical assistants who check the rice, and after they are satisfied that the rice is fit for human consumption, then they procure the rice. After it reach our depot, then we issue the stocks to the state government. The state governments, they have got their own inspectors who accept the stocks, being satisfied by the quantity and quality. Once they are satisfied with the quality, if it goes out of our godown, we will not accept that this rice is a bad rice issued by us. Because if it's a bad rice, they can't refuse at the godown itself.
While the FCI claims that it supplies good quality food grains, the state governments hold the FCI responsible for this state of affairs. Be it as it may, in the ultimate analysis, it is the common man who's made to suffer. Grudgingly or otherwise, they have to resort to the fair price shops to meet their requirement.
To a layman, the rice looks bad if it is discolored, if it has a high percentage of dust. But according to their specifications, it is issuable rice. And our people are always in a hurry to lift, to take the quotas to the respective areas, and to have to wait there for a very long time You see, it's very difficult for them, particularly if the trucks have to wait overnight, they'll have to pay more. So very often they can't afford to sort of argue too much, but they are also in a hurry to lift.
The per head, per state distribution of food items also seems to be on the faulty side. In Meghalaya, for instance, the staple diet is rice, but the allocation of rice to the state is less than that of wheat. There have been allegations that even this wheat meant for the fair price shops never reaches its destination. As a result, atta chakki mills set up to supply flour to the consumers remain idle. This wheat allegedly is made available in the open market.
fair price shop से भी खरीद लेते हैं।
हाँ, कभी-कभी अच्छा क्वालिटी का आता है तो देते हैं वो लोग, ब्लैक में देते हैं।
वो लोग बेचते हैं, आप
बेचते हैं।
कितना करके?
8 रुपए देते हैं हम लोग, हमें 9 रुपए बेचते हैं।
तो आप वहाँ रेशन दुकान से भी आप खरीद लेते हैं ब्लैक में?
हाँ, अच्छा क्वालिटी का देते हैं।
The system of transportation of essential commodities also needs to be streamlined. In Meghalaya, wheat is transported by private carriers and they take an unduly long time to carry the essential commodities from the state capital to other parts of the state. Perhaps the reasons for the deterioration of goods can be assigned to this carriage system. The scenario regarding the quality of salt and kerosene oil is equally bad. Adulterated kerosene oil at the fair price outlets is a common phenomenon. The salt supplied is normally wet and dirty. To cater to their needs, the northeastern region has to import large quantities of food grains and other essential commodities. There is no local procurement of food grains in most of the states of the region. The effects of the Green Revolution have hardly reached the northeast, though the region has all the essential ingredients to foster a green revolution. No wonder there has been a complete dependence on the PDS, and this in turn has had a deleterious effect on the general economy of the states. The import of food grains and other items in the northeastern region has had a draining effect on the economy of the states. The per annum imports of the FCI food grains for the region as a whole is about 13 to 14 lakh tons. This is in addition to food grains that are brought into the region by private trade.
We have to completely depend on this center supply. So the moment we get supply from center, we used to give to the people. So now our stock position is, after this last Guwahati meetings on 10th official meeting, now our supply position is little bit improved. Now, but quality-wise, it is very poor. So on 29, I went to see this FCI go down here in Shillong. So I found that most of the stock is very poor quality.
If the northeastern region can produce its required quantity of food grains, the drain of resources can be checked. Measures to step up agricultural produce in the northeastern region is the need of the hour. It will not only stop resource drain from the region, but will also ensure quick and uninterrupted supply of essential commodities to the fair price shops.
The integration of the economy of the northeastern states with that of national economy, coupled with various other initiatives, has been mooted by the Confederation of Indian Industries. How far will these initiatives be successful? And will they boost the economy of the region? A special report.
At a recently concluded summit meant for the economic development of the northeastern region, Hiteshwar Saikia, Chief Minister of Assam, has appealed to the central government for a separate economic package for this region. He spelled out his proposals at the Confederation of Indian Industries Summit. He appealed to the centre for tax concessions and to defer excise payment for 10 years. The Confederation of Indian Industries, CII, suggested a new initiative for the development of the economically backward northeastern region. The plan, called Summit of Northeastern States for Regional Initiative and Shared Enterprise, Sunrise, was organized by the Confederation of Indian Industries in association with Peerless General Finance and Investment Limited. the CII laid great emphasis on regional cooperation for the overall development of the area. The representatives of the northeastern state governments present at the summit agreed to work unitedly and in utmost cooperation to achieve the economic goals of the region. One way of achieving these goals is by creating a congenial socio-political atmosphere for foreign investment. It was felt by the participants that three vital components, peace, infrastructure, and work culture, had to be created in order to attract foreign enterprise. As a first step towards implementation of the Sunrise program, a Sun Secretariat for Administrative Management had to be set up in Guwahati. The principal recommendation of the CII program rests on a three-pronged initiative for integrating the regional economy with the national economy. The three-dimensional initiative suggested by the CII are cultural, geographical, and industrial integration. All the projects were placed under the broad nomenclature of SUN. For geographical integration, the CII recommended various projects like Sun Port, Sun Route, and Sun Air. Under the Sun Port project, it has suggested that provisions should be made so that the region gets an access to the Chittagong port in Bangladesh and a corridor to Myanmar under Sun Route. It suggested the reopening of the old Silk Route connecting Manipur with Mandalay in Myanmar and further with China and Southeast Asia. This would open up the Northeast region to one of the fastest growing economies in Asia. For industrial integration, the CII has suggested schemes like Sun Farm and Sun Craft. This was suggested to bring about a record growth in agro-products and growth in the cottage and craft sector. For promoting cultural integration, CII has suggested the development of the tourist industry through creative development of safari parks of international standard. It also highlighted the need to foster growth in the fields of education, sports, and music. The CII initiative for the economic development of the Northeast can be termed as a bold step, especially so at a time when the rest of the country is making the best of the new economic policy. The CII plan to attract foreign investments, however, raises a pertinent question. Is the political atmosphere congenial enough for foreign capital investment? Efforts will have to be made to free the region from insurgent activities.
After this meeting, I'm very optimistic. So the concerns are turning into one of optimism. But certainly I think one of the important ingredients of success will be having law and order and discipline, because that is very often an essential prerequisite to investment. It's always the people who face competition and market themselves aggressively. They are the people who come up as winners, not necessarily the big boys, and not necessarily the boys who have the resources either, the natural raw material resources.
Will this initiative open a new chapter in the history of the Northeast? One can only wait and watch.
Khonoma village acts as a window to the culture of the Angami Nagas. The lush green surroundings make the village even more breathtakingly beautiful. It is here that the Nagas gave the British a taste of their valor and courage. Our next section, Destination.
In the heart of the Angami territory lies the village of Khonoma. Standing proud, conscious of its traditions of courage and valor, Khonoma is a quintessential Angami village. To any visitor who undertakes a long journey to Khonoma, the journey is especially rewarding. Khonoma provides the visitor a broad perspective into the life of the Nagas. Unspoilt by the forces of development, Khonoma is an experience par excellence. The village of Khonoma derives its name from the kumo trees which were cleared to build this village. Like a typical Angami village, Khonoma is also built on the slopes of a hillock. The hillock is called Ho Fera. The village is surrounded by terraces of rice fields where 20 different varieties of paddy are grown. The sheer beauty of Khonoma is breathtaking. The lush green hills, cascading waterfalls, and exotic flora make Khonoma a virtual paradise. As one approaches Khonoma, one can see the memorial stones erected to commemorate feats of merit. Another feature special to Angami villages is the intricate system of bamboo pipes which carry water up to the dwellings. The houses of the Angami Nagas are simple and functional and generally made of wood. The front of the house is often decorated with the head of Mithun. Mithun is considered to be a symbol of prosperity and has great ritual and symbolic significance in Naga culture. Apart from hunting and fishing, the villagers practice terrace cultivation, which allows them to grow rice. Alder tree cultivation is also practiced in Khonoma. Khonoma villagers love to eat and celebrate, especially with the drinking of rice beer, a traditional brew. An interesting sight in Khonoma is the tiger-shaped stone, which is believed to have been planted by a spirit. But Khonoma's distinction is not merely its beauty. The ancient tradition of valor and courage, upheld by each succeeding generation of Nagas, finds expression in the ancient bastion. It was here in 1879 that the Naga warriors made their last stand against the British. This simple structure commemorates the courage of those Nagas who valued independence more than their lives. A simple white pillar commemorates G.H. Damanth, Major C.R. Koch, Lieutenant M.M. Forbes, and Major Nurbir Sai. Thus stands Khonoma, a picturesque village embodying the Angami culture and a testimony to the courage of the Nagas who thought of nothing while sacrificing their lives for the love of their land.
Destination information. Khonoma. Road link. Khonoma is 20 kilometers west of Kohima. Buses and taxis ply between Kohima and Khonoma. Rail link. Nearest railhead is Dimapur, 74 kilometers from Kohima. Air. Nearest airport is Dimapur. Where to stay? A large number of hotels are available in Kohima. Tourist tips. Tourists have to obtain inner line permit. Foreigners need restricted area permit of the Home Ministry.